Hello, people of the internet, and welcome to Nimbus or Castle Day Nims. Today we're going to be looking at how to make the Iron Cloud, or the Iron Golem farm. I call it the Iron Cloud because it's way up. Oop, I just punched one. Please don't attack me, I'm sorry. Today we're going to be looking at how to have an infinite, we're talking infinite, literally no limit to the amount of roses that you can make. No, just kidding. We're totally going for the iron here. If you want this, then stay tuned. We're going to cover today how to build one of these wonderful machines that you can use to make your friends jealous, or if you're playing on like a multiplayer server with like an MMO craft thing going on, you can destroy the server's economy by selling all of your iron, you know, whatever you want. So let's go ahead and get started with all of our iron. I have since popped over into a test world here, so we can just build freely. And this one I'm not going to build very high, so it's not really going to be an iron cloud. It's more going to be like some iron fog. Let's go ahead and get this thing started. The first thing that you're going to do is you're going to build a 14 by 14 platform. That is going to be, there's going to be multiple levels for this, and this is going to be the first level. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12... 13, 14, and you know that I know that you know how to count, and you know that I know how to count, so let's just go ahead and skip this part. Great job on getting that big freaking platform set up. The next thing that you're going to need to do is you're going to need to carve a hole in the middle of it, in the perfect middle. Now this is very important. Then we're going to go ahead and expand this to be it's going to be a 4x4 area, but it's going to be in a cross shape like this. So start out like I had with that 2x2 hole, and then just expand out 2 more blocks on each side until you're left with something that looks a little bit like that. Next, you're going to go over to one of the corners, add some junk block that you don't mind destroying, and then we're going to start building the walls. These walls are going to expand out on, oop, I shouldn't have destroyed that yet, on all sides like so. So you're not actually covering up the edge of this, you're going 1 block further out. So this will be now a 16 by 16 once you add this on both sides. So this base platform again is 14, and then if you count these side blocks, these wall blocks, you're going to have a 16 by 16 square. So go ahead and add these walls on each side, and then build those walls 3 blocks high, if I could talk today. And again, I know that you know how to count, and I know that you know that I know how to count, so let's skip this part. Wonderful. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to add a buttload of wooden doors around the perimeter of this wall that you just installed. Now these doors, you're going to have to be inside of the spawning area to add these doors. You could add them like this. It's not anything but a cosmetic difference, but if you want this thing to look sleek and sexy, you're going to want to add them from the inside. And again, this is just another tedious job, so let's skip over it. Now, if you were able to add all these doors like I've got here, you're going to have a total of 56 doors inside of your Iron Golem farm. Now, Iron Golem farms are completely dependent on the number of villagers that you can fit in there. So the number of villagers that 56 doors can support are roughly 18 villagers. It's either 18 or 19 depending on how Minecraft rounds that. It's like 18.66, whatever. So all you're going to need to do for the base of this is, oops, if I could add my blocks appropriately, is just bring up a couple villagers, and then you'll be able to breed them all the way up to 18. So anyway, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to add another platform on the inside of this spawning area. Now this new platform is going to be 1 block separated from these doors that we just placed, like so. So we're going to have one little clean area right here to squeeze through, and then just go ahead and make this a big old freaking platform. And this one is going to be a 12 by 12 square up in the inside. And this is going to be, in case you didn't see or in case you're having problems with the spacing, here's our door. We're 1 block in from the door. We're on the top part of the block. And this will be 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks up off of the base of our first spawning layer. And just like before, whenever you finish creating that platform, you're going to add that little cross shape just like we had, and make sure it's perfectly lined up with this one down below. This is what your iron golems are going to, or your sky golems, because they're falling out of an iron cloud. We should rename them or dub them sky golems. So your sky golems are going to be falling out of these cross shapes and down, hopefully, into whatever eradication device you have set up down below. So once you've got that platform made, just like the bottom, we're going to add some junk block, and we're going to add walls outward. And with this one, we didn't need these corner blocks, but this time we do. That's to ensure that these doors actually count as houses instead of just free-floating doors. That's how villages work inside of Minecraft, is it weighs the difference. Oh, we're about to run out of daytime. It weighs the difference between the amount of sunlight on one side of the door versus the amount of sunlight on the opposite side of the door, and if those amounts of sunlight are different, then it counts as a villager house or a house. So now that we've got that added, that's also going to serve as our wall for the top layer here. So go ahead and build this one block higher. So now this second wall is 2 blocks high. Woohoo! That's pretty much the basics of this. Now we just need to go in and add all the water. So for this top layer, you're going to add the water right here in the top corner of this, and you can see that just creates a nice perfect flow, and iron golems can't swim upwards, so you don't need to worry about them jumping out this edge. And with that cross that we put in the middle, you can see, that just fits oh so perfectly. So no matter, looking at this, we only need to look at one side because it's all the same, but looking at this, you can see that no matter where that iron golem is going to spawn, there is going to be a flow that will push him instantly to the middle of this machine. And for the bottom layer, now this one's a little bit trickier. You're going to go into this top corner, so 3 blocks high, right underneath the doors, add this first block. And see, that's not going to make it, so we got to figure out something to do. Well, don't worry, that's why you're watching a tutorial. So we've got our corner here, so from this corner, we're going to go out an additional 2 blocks or 3 blocks from the corner, and then down 1 block. So we're going to make an L shape, kind of that L shape in Tetris, and then add a block of water on both sides. And now you can see that that fits up perfectly with this this plus in the middle here, that cross. And voila, just go ahead and do that for all sides. Oh my god, doesn't that look lovely? Yes, it does, is the appropriate answer. And again, so now you can see that no matter where these iron golems spawn, they will be immediately picked up and pushed to the middle. Woohoo! So we got the spawning platforms all done. The only thing that we have left to do is add the villagers to make sure that this thing that registers as like a fake mock-up village. So we're just adding a container off the side here. You can use your minecart in order to feed some villagers up into here. Start out with 2, and like I said before, this thing, because of the amount of doors, the 56 doors, will breed up to about 18, 19 villagers. And you can see, wow, they're getting busy right off the bat. And so after it'll be quite a while actually, but after a while they will breed up to that 18, 19 villager count. Now for the iron cloud here, for the sky golem farm, I'd recommend about 40 villagers in this thing. That way you would have a cap of 4 iron golems being spawned at once, so you'll have a very nice constant steady flow. And that 40 will also be a low enough amount that you're not going to have to worry about like a high entity count lagging your game or anything like that. And then the last thing, and I've already done this, is I would add a second bucket or container on the other side here, just to ensure that all the doors are accounted for and that the center of the village, which is very important, is being registered as in the middle, because obviously the center point of all these doors is in the middle. So with that being said, we are done. So with this being the end of the video, I just wanted to show you that we've had 2 iron golems spawn so far. This has maybe been 3 minutes worth of spawn time. I just want to cover some questions that I think are going to be asked quite a lot. If you want, the first one is how close can you build this to another village, because this is basically a mock-up village itself. The answer is around 100 blocks. If you build this thing greater than 100 blocks away from any other village, you'll be perfectly fine. That also includes the Y coordinate, so you could build this if you had a village on the ground. You could build this thing 100 blocks up into the sky, and you will be perfectly fine with that. And the other question that I think is going to be asked quite frequently is, does this work in multiplayer? And the answer is a big fat yes. I encourage it. I want to see what you do with this whenever you make your friends all jealous that you have infinite amounts of iron blocks. Anyways, that is all I have for you today. Thank you for watching the Iron Cloud tutorial on how to farm sky golems. If you wanted to, I would love to see a video response on how you use all the iron and or roses, if you're strange like that, that you get from this farm. Anyway, I'm going to head out. Don't forget to like the video, favorite the video, maybe subscribe, toss a like. I think I said that already. Do the social media stuff. My name is Nims. I'm going to head out. Thank you for watching. I'll see you later.